Good morning. So today we're going to have a quick note about our song for Sunday. Again, another closing hymn. It is Praise to the Lord the Almighty. Oh, I love this song. It's just praising God for his amazing creation and everything that he has created here for us. It's just beautiful. And so, the fellow who wrote this text, his name is Joachim Neander. And he was born in Germany in 1650. He came from a long, long line of preachers and pastors. And then he himself, after, a normal little spell of teenage rebellion, he too goes on to become a pastor. And he is known for taking walks and observing God's just majestic beauty in nature in the area that he lived there in Germany. And his walks are called worship walks. And so it is at this time when he's battling tuberculosis, and he's 30 years old. And I guess at that time he was probably reflecting back on those walks and the beauty of God's creation when he actually writes the words to Praise to the Lord the Almighty. Now, in this area that he walked, it was near his home. It was by the Dussel River, just outside of Dusseldorf, and it became a well-known spot for him where he would be, and as a result, they named it after him. And so it's called the Neander Valley. And Tal, T-H-A-L or T-A-L, then that H is silent, was an old German word for the word valley. So it became the Neanderthal Valley. Now fast forward 200 years, when Herr von Beckersdorf owned the valley. He had a mining crew there. He was working the land for limestone. He had a cement company. And in 1856, some of his miners found human bones they discovered there in some of the caves there in this Neander Valley. And a local science teacher thought, oh, well, these bones must have belonged to people who died in the flood, capital F. But then William King came along, and he was an Irish professor of anatomy. And he saw these bones, and he kind of took the opportunity to claim these bones as proof of evolution's famous missing link. And he believed that there were, other Neanderthal fossils and that they were found there. And so for many years, they were used to prove Darwin's theory of evolution. Okay, so that's where we get Neanderthal. Now today, we know that Neanderthals were fully human, and they're an extinct group of people that had, kind of great strength. I don't want to say superhuman strength. They had a lot of strength. And so in reading Martin L. Lübenau's book, Bones of Contention, one expert actually refers back to our author today, Joachim Neander, and this is a quote from that book. And he says, when Joachim Neander walked in his beautiful valley so many years ago, he could not know that hundreds of years later, his name would become world famous, not for his beautiful hymns celebrating creation, but for a concept that he, I say probably likely, would have totally rejected: human evolution. So, very interesting. So when we're singing Praise to the Lord the Almighty, we can think about Joachim Neander. Now we know that connection with his name to the valley there, and then the controversy that went on and how his name was used to further Darwin's theory. Well, all very interesting. So I hope you enjoyed our minute this morning. And if you would like to learn more about Praise to the Lord the Almighty, there's a link below We had a music note episodes on it several years ago, so you can enjoy that, and I look forward to singing it with you on Sunday. Bye-bye.